Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've been meaning to film this video for a few days now. Before I get into it, I just want to say thank you for the lovely comments that people made on my last video. I created a day in the life video, something I don't usually do, but it was a requested one and I felt I wanted to put out something that was calming and a bit of a distraction in this very intense time. When this pandemic began, I was spending a lot of time on the internet and looking at the news, and it can be very consuming and very depressing. And I think it's important to limit the time spent looking at the news and taking on the heaviness of it all, I guess. And so I also touched to read the comments, from people in New York City and Italy, people from all over who enjoyed the video, so that really made my day. It took me a lot of time to create it, so made it all worthwhile. I have been meaning to update you guys on how Liv went with her MRI. Liv is our beautiful friend and gestational surrogate to be. We got approval on the 5th of March? 6th of March. Should know that. We got approval for our gestational surrogacy arrangement on the 5th of March, and so had our appointment with the specialist on the 13th to go over the next steps and get a protocol written up. Ideally, Liv would be sitting here with me filming this video, but due to the situation and needing to social distance ourselves, can't do that, unfortunately. For those of you who missed the video where she appeared for the first time on this channel, she had an endometrial scratch done, and in that appointment we found out that her second lot of blood tests showed that her prolactin levels were still high, so they asked her to do a third blood test. I'm not sure if I've already mentioned in a previous video, but those third lot of bloods came back with high prolactin levels again. She is on a medication that increases those levels, but just to be safe and just to be sure, she had an MRI done just over a week ago to rule out a tumour in the brain. Last week, Liv received a call from our specialist to let her know that there is actually a tumour. That news took us all by surprise and obviously had us all very worried, not knowing what it meant. The clinic didn't really have much to say as it's not their area of expertise, but luckily Liv was able to get an appointment with an endocrinologist the next day, a phone consultation. That was a good thing that she didn't have to wait a long time to be able to have someone explain the MRI findings, because obviously hearing that there's a tumour in your brain is terrifying. I was sure that the high prolactin level was due to her medication. I figured the MRI and ruling out a tumour was just a precaution and the safe thing to do, but highly unlikely that there would be anything there. So it was quite shocking to all of us to find out that there is a tumour. And of course, the one thing I want to be doing is giving my friend a hug and being there for her, and can't do that. That was really difficult for me not to be able to sit down with her face to face. The next day, Liv had the appointment with the endocrinologist, and thankfully the specialist isn't concerned at all about the tumour. The specialist called it a prolactinoma, I think that's how you say it, and it's only 0.5 centimetre in size. So she's not concerned at all. She believes it's benign and it just needs to be closely monitored. Liv said that the doctor was really reassuring and said that she will monitor it closely and order more bloods this week. So Liv went in this morning to get her blood drawn, and we'll have another phone consult with her tomorrow. But basically the specialist said she doesn't think it's an issue to move forward with surrogacy, which, number one, we are so relieved that the specialist believes it's benign and it's nothing to worry about, and it's quite common. 1 in 10 people have it. The tumour's right next to the pituitary gland, which is the gland that produces the hormone prolactin. So apparently it's not overly rare. The meds that our fertility specialist gave Liv to lower the prolactin levels will apparently help, and the endocrinologist said that an April transfer should be fine. So she'll need to get a visual field test done during the second trimester and another MRI after the pregnancy. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're going to see where Liv's bloods are at tomorrow, see what the specialist has to say about those, and just keep everything crossed for Liv's health, number one, and hope that we will still be able to continue on this surrogacy journey together. I mean, on top of that, we've also got obviously the coronavirus to think about, whether we are able to move forward or not. At the moment, our specialist is continuing to do embryo transfers. Liv's next cycle is due to start mid-April, so an embryo transfer won't be until end of April, early May, and by that stage the clinics might have closed. It's really unknown at this point. We're taking things day by day, obviously listening to the healthcare professionals in regards to whether pregnancy is safe during this pandemic. We're just going to take the advice of the medical professionals around us and reassess the situation in the coming weeks, because there's no point making a decision now when things are changing so rapidly each day. So that's kind of where we're at. I've been feeling very anxious and stressed the last few days, especially just with how it's affecting my ability to see my dad, and just worrying about loved ones and their well-being, and feeling so deeply for the people who are losing loved ones and are unable to attend funerals, and just losing work, and it's really, really a trying time, to put it lightly, for all of us in different ways. And so I'll give you all my love, and I'll be sure to give you an update on how Liv's second endocrinologist appointment goes, and give you an update in the coming weeks as to whether or not we will be going ahead with an embryo transfer soon. Who knows? It's just doing my head in a bit, and I'm sure I'll have many opinions on this in the comment section. It's something that I'm just going to take slowly, and we will make our decision closer to the date, because it's a situation that's just evolving so quickly each day. As of midnight last night in Victoria, we have now reached level 3, which means no gatherings more than 2 people, and only leave the house for essentials, groceries and medical appointments. So crazy times. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up here. But thanks so much for watching, for your continued prayers. Love to you all, thinking of you. Stay well and safe, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.
Did you ever let go? Did you ever not know? You were never out there alone.